Hey, are you enjoying the new Curb? I mean,
Yes.
the final Curb.
I am. I already know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be like Friends, or it's gonna be like Seinfeld. He's gonna end up in jail.
Larry's gonna end up in jail.
I think he is. All because he fucked his lawyer's shit up with his boyfriend's husband.
You think Larry's gonna end up in jail? As old as he is,
Yes.
he's gonna end up in jail
Because his lawyer fucked up his fucking plea deal. And why did his lawyer fuck up his plea deal? Because he was up all night arguing with his husband because Larry gave him shit about the name of the kid. And at the end, I feel like the end is going to be just like, I feel like he's going to purposely do what he did with Seinfeld. Everyone's going to get tied together at the end that don't fuck with him. And he's going to end up in jail. He's going to end up having to go sit down.
I mean, isn't he going through the shit now anyway? Like, because he gave that lady some water in line.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to have to go to jail for that.
That's crazy.
Because he was going to plead. And then, yeah, it's and then he fucking, yeah. I didn't see the one that just ran Sunday.
Yeah, I ain't see that yet.
The last one I saw was where he had the spray paint in the back of his car. And the cop was like, and they were painting dicks on all the billboards.
For all of you who don't know what we're talking about.
It's a great show.
We're talking about white people shit.
I'm very sad that it's over. But
Yeah, me too.
he's old. And, fucking,
I know.
what's his face?
He couldn't even get out of the damn golf cart. I told my son, because my 11-year-old likes Curb Your Enthusiasm a lot, which why would an 11-year-old? I don't know. But in his acting class, they were talking about
Richard Lewis.
Yeah. And he was like, I know him, I watch him on and I'm sorry, but I did prognosticate this to him. I said, listen, bro, you see the fact that he in this golf cart and he don't get out of it, right? They just bringing him along because he probably can't stand or walk, but they want him in the season.
Even in the whole season where they're arguing about who's in each other's will.
Yeah.
It's like,
he been presentiment that he was.
He's like, why won't you? When will you die?
Exactly. And he started that the first season. Look, we went back and started the first season when it looked crazy.
For sure.
I don't know how many, 20 years ago or something?
Something like that.
He was talking about dying in.
Yeah. Not for sure. Rest in peace, Richard Lewis, man.
Rest in peace, Richard Lewis.
So you you are a part of would you say Weeds was your first big break?
Maybe SWAT, Weeds, probably. Listen, it must be because to this day my main fan base comes from Weeds and Blue Mountain State. So if you know Paige Kennedy is usually because of one of those two. That's where the cult following comes from.
Right. And for people who don't know, Weeds is probably the first super successful Showtime show, I would say. I don't know what else there was before Weeds that was popping.
No, because Weeds and
was before
Californication
Dexter,
was the same time.
I think Weeds was before Californication a little bit.
I think it was running at the same time.
Californication was fire. Shout out David Duchovny.
Yeah. That shit was dope.
And Homeland was fire too.
Hell yeah, Homeland was fire.
Until it wasn't.
Goddamn 8 seasons though. Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. Once they got rid of the one dude, once the Brody guy died, I'm like,
yeah, they were struggling after that.
But
same with me. I mean, Weeds.
Well, because for people who don't know, you were like this lady's husband dies in the show. She's a suburban house mom, and then she turns into a weed dealer to kind of just help pay the bills, essentially. And then she ends up kind of being like a weed fucking, just a giant weed dealer, like a fucking, what am I trying to say? Like a big dope dealer, But you were like her plug, her first plug.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because Romney, the other black guy on there, they went into it together.
And they were fucking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, I haven't watched the show in so long. And
yeah,
then you knew that guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
then it was
they
your
brought me
mom. Was it your mom?
His mom. His auntie.
His auntie. Okay. Yeah. So it was definitely old. That was kind of to me the era of TV changing a little bit. Mm-hmm. Because before that, I feel like there wasn't a lot of outside of The Sopranos, and if you were an HBO head and you watched Oz and The Wire and shit, which I feel like The Wire got more popular after it got finished.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like that Weeds era TV was kind of the real first binge popular time where people were yeah, and that was when the DVDs were popping. I remember my dad would buy all he'd be son, when's the new season of Weeds coming, and how long do I have to wait for it to come on DVD? But just get fucking Showtime. No, I can't. I don't want to get Showtime. But what was it like being a part of that show?
Listen, as an actor, that probably was the show that I grew the most. You know, because like the first season, I came on season 2, so I was there from season 2 and season 3. And when I came on there, you know, I was like, I was good. I was doing my thing, but it wasn't until season 3 where, like, after the Mexican standoff happened at the finale. That's one of the coldest finales
for sure
that I can think of after season 2. That season finale, but where nobody knows what's about to happen,
right?
You know, and we got to wait through the whole summer to
find out how to. Yeah.
Well, the hoopla for the U-turn character was so big that they made the decision to let the story go towards me, right? And so at this point, I didn't really get to talk to Mary Louise Parker. Like, you don't even like look at her. Like you do your scenes, but that's it. Like, I didn't have a relationship with her. But then when season 3 came, and it's just me and her, and she really got to see, like, I'm not just like, I'm like for real, like we are two titans going at each other. Her respect for me changed, and we became like really close friends. You know what I'm saying? And so doing scenes with her specifically, and also Romany, because we had that fucking the little gun on the table thing. Like, here, this is what happened. When we first came back, the first episode in season 3, I got sick. So I was sick, so my energy was really low because I didn't feel good. And then my voice was kind of weird because, you know, that happens when you get sick. So when I'm doing my scenes, I learned a new color to my acting that I didn't have before. I used to call it the white TV voice is what I called it. It's like when they talk in a whisper.
Like Batman?
Yeah, but that's how they do on TV, like when they're the bad guys. I never knew how to do that. I'd be on my couch, I'm like, I sound stupid when I try that. But because my body forced me to slow down, that's why I was able to talk to her in a way where I was gonna rip her throat out and bury it where all my weed was buried. Like, I was able to do that and had a confidence because normally I wouldn't have had a confidence. I'm trying to fucking say my lines again so I don't want to get in trouble or whatever. But my energy was so low that that's what was coming out. And she like
fucked with it.
Yeah. And we got tight. And then I found this new color to my acting that I didn't have before. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no reason or cause for me to have it. And so I always will attribute Weeds to that.